Relatively peaceful protests this morning soon turned into something we've never seen before as a mob of people stormed the U.S. Capitol. Here's Casey Hunt now with a look at how today's chaos unfolded.
It was a frightening and appalling scene. American democracy under siege by an angry mob. Thousands of Trump supporters storming the Capitol. Rioters breaching the walls of Congress. Tear gas, broken windows, even shots fired. Chaos and tragedy. It began today when Trump supporters gathered in Washington, D.C., urged on by the president to protest Congress's vote count today to declare Joe Biden the winner. For weeks, Trump has lied about the election results, alleging voter fraud. And he expressed defiance about the election's outcome again today to his supporters.
We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen.
After that speech, his followers marched to Capitol Hill to protest, where inside, senators and congressmen began counting the Electoral College votes.
We gathered together.
While some Republicans were still trying to dispute Biden's win inside the Capitol, the mob outside was growing out of control. Defiant, jeering, USA! They faced off with police on the Capitol steps. And then the standoff became a tussle, the crowd pushing to get inside. And suddenly, the mob broke through, past metal barriers and the police. Climbing through windows, sweeping aside security deep into the heart of Congress.
My challenge today.
On the Senate floor, a senator's speech was interrupted. And the business of the day, to count Electoral College votes, halted. Lawmakers were evacuated to safety. Others sheltered in their offices. And the rioters continued to rampage, trying to smash through doors, even the doors to the House chamber. On the other side, police waiting with their guns drawn. Elsewhere, protesters made themselves comfortable, breaking into offices, even climbing the walls. And then a sudden frenzy outside as paramedics rushed a woman to the hospital. She'd been shot, and she died a few hours later. As a shocked world watched the chaos unfold at the Capitol, Joe Biden took the stage.
I call on President Trump to go on national television now to fulfill his oath and defend the Constitution and demand an end to this siege.
Biden, who takes office in 2 weeks, blasted the rioters' actions.
It's not protest, it's insurrection.
And as he walked off the stage, this.
Enough is enough is enough.
Minutes later, President Trump tweeted out a video telling his supporters he felt their pain, repeating his lies about a stolen election. And only then did he urge the mob to go home. Twitter later locked the president's account for 12 hours. By late afternoon, Capitol police officers and the National Guard converged on the Capitol, deploying smoke grenades and tear gas, working to disperse the rioters.
Move back! Move back!
This evening, with a curfew in effect, officials declared the inside of the Capitol secure. Questions piled up about how this kind of assault could happen. But tonight, with the Capitol and a nation shaken to the core, members of Congress were undaunted, going back to business that was interrupted this afternoon, counting the Electoral College votes to declare Joe Biden the country's next president.
Casey Hunt walking us through just this remarkable day. It's almost hard to believe we experience all that in one day, and it continues right now, as we've been showing you in the House and Senate. Members debating objections that have been laid down by some Republicans to the formal counting of the electoral votes.